General, thank you very much for finding time for this interview and giving some question to many answers that has been making these days, not only in Albania, but in all the region. I appreciate it. I know that we are busy, but thank you very much for finding time.
Well, Timmy, let me tell you, I'm very grateful for this opportunity to speak with you and to communicate to the Albanian people and everybody what our intention is with our coming plans. Let me open up by saying that none of this would be possible without the tremendous support of the Albanian government and the Albanian people. And we're just so grateful for the opportunity that we have going forward for years to come. Once again, thank you so much for making the time to be with us, and I look forward to your questions, and I look forward to meeting you in person one day very soon.
Okay, let's start with the first question that has been done from everyone. Why did you choose Albania for this Special Operation Force headquarters?
Yeah, I know that that's a big question for everybody, and I think it's important to highlight that this really is a regional headquarters for our forces that are engaged with many allies and partners throughout the region. So as we looked at, frankly, a lot of different countries, what emerged to us was the centrality of Albania, but reinforced by the great partnership that we have had with Albanian Special Operations Forces, and once again, the tremendous support of the Albanian government and the Albanian people to make this a reality.
Another question for sure is, what will be the role of this unit?
So as I mentioned, it really is a regional headquarters to support the command and the control of our forces that are engaged throughout the region. So it will be a relatively small element of somewhere between 10 and 15 people that will be on a rotational basis there in Albania to help support the engagements that we have, not only in Albania, but in countries such as Kosovo, in Bosnia, in Serbia, Croatia, and really the entire region. And I think that it'll solidify those relationships by being more present throughout the entire area.
It will be a short-term, a mid-term, or a long-term operation?
Timmy, this is an effort that has no end date to it as far as we're concerned. We think we're going into it for the long term, and that's something that we will continue to build upon along with our wonderful allies there in Albania. I'd like to highlight, I mean, this is at the request of the Albanian government. So as long as Albanians are happy for us to be there, we're certainly going to be happy to remain there.
Look at that, you mentioned the region, General. Was this decision made in the context of, let's say, competition, if we can say, in the region? Because, for example, Russia has a base in southern of Serbia. Has this anything to do with this?
So we're cognizant of what many other countries are doing, but frankly, that's not what motivates us. What really motivates us is training with our allies and with our partners to really create greater capability. You know, what other countries do just is not necessarily all that important to us. But what our allies are interested in, that is very important to us. And so we'll continue to thicken those relationships wherever and whenever we can.
What type of interaction will you have with Albanian armed force?
You know, I'm really excited about the opportunity to build on the great relationship we have with Albanian armed forces. As you know, Albania has been a wonderful contributor to previous engagements, both in Iraq and Afghanistan. And aside from that, we've had a number of training exercises with Albanian Special Operations Forces. So we look very much forward to continuing that opportunity to train, to learn from one another, and to really build the capability that is necessary for Albania to continue being a contributor to regional stability and indeed to NATO stability even more broadly.
General, what are the security implications of Albanian and all his territory?
Kind of like I said before, Timmy, this is an opportunity to thicken our relationship, and I hope that by doing so, that it does increase the sense of security, the sense of stability throughout the region, the sense of confidence that others have in the region, and more broadly expand to NATO at large, because it's very important that we realize that we are much stronger together than any of us are individually.
General, as a legal framework, what are the legal arrangements between Albania and your command in terms of conducting operation both inside and outside Albania territory?
Yeah, it's an interesting question, Timmy, and it has a simple answer, and that is that nothing has changed. We will continue to operate our presence there at the responsibility of the Albanian government and the Albanian people, working through our embassy and through the Office of Defense Cooperation there. So it's really very simple for us. We look forward to being there.
Are you going to strengthen the Albanian Special Operation Force in terms of equipment to increase the operation capability of them? Because we know, okay, they are good, they have some equipment, but we are not at the level that we can say we are stronger enough.
Yeah, I think that the opportunity is very much there, and we have every intention of taking advantage of our proximity to enhance our contact with Albanian Special Forces. Again, we will work through the U.S. Embassy, through the Office of Defense Cooperation, to assess and really improve the capabilities based on the desires of the Albanian military at large and Albanian SOF specifically.
General, what's the estimation of the capability, in your opinion, for the Albanian Special Force?
Yeah, again, I'll go back to the experience that we've had with Albanian Special Forces, both in Iraq and Afghanistan, and then more recently in training operations. And I'll tell you that they are a committed force. And as we say here in United States Special Operations, people are more important than hardware. And where you have good people who are focused on their mission, who are committed to security and to regional stability and peace, anything is possible. So we have a good foundation with your SOF forces there, and we look forward to helping them to build to what they want to be.
General, you mentioned before a bit it will be a regional one, but will this headquarters in Albania have a special forces units from other NATO countries? For example, Montenegro, North Macedonia, Croatia, or Greece?
Yeah, so we do have very good cooperation with our other NATO allies and other partner nations throughout the region. This headquarters that we're establishing is a Special Operations Command Europe headquarters, and as such, we don't plan for any other allies to be a part of that. Of course, with coordination with the Albanian military and the government there, we would be willing to entertain that if there is a mutual interest. I should also say that we are fully aware that other NATO allies have relationships with Albania and with the Albanian military. And I think that we are in a mutually supporting role in that case. So where there is opportunity, we are certainly willing to explore that. But there's no concept of making this a larger allied headquarters beyond just the United States Special Operations Command.
General, and the last question, is the combat or the training deployment elsewhere into the region or behind?
Yeah, of course, there's always opportunities everywhere. We've, as I said, done a lot of training internal to Albania, and Albania has been a part of some of our training exercises. And I think that might be one of the greatest opportunities that arises with this headquarters being there, is having more contact with the Albanian military and drawing them into more NATO exercises, whether that means doing that from inside of Albania or traveling to other exercises that are going on throughout the continent, or indeed throughout the world if there's a desire to do that. One of our big exercises that Albania is going to be a part of is our annual Trojan footprint exercise, along with 30 other nations throughout Europe. And so we look very much forward to expanding that capability to really leverage these opportunities to enhance capability and security and stability throughout the region and throughout Europe.
General, thank you very much. It was an honor having you on the program, and for sure, I'm waiting for you here in Albania as soon as possible.
Timmy, thank you very much. Once again, I deeply appreciate this opportunity to speak to you, to speak to the Albanian people, and I very much look forward to joining you for a coffee in Tirana and meeting the rest of the wonderful Albanian citizens. Thank you very much, and have a great day.